I'm heading out to the Ancient Lakes, Washington, where I will be having a 50k trail race, which is 30 to 31 miles. And I felt very excited about this run until last Saturday. I injured my Achilles while hiking and carrying my son in a backpack. I stepped over a rock and I injured my Achilles. It was very painful to touch, so I didn't run this week. I just had like one very slow 3-mile run, which basically was like a walk. So I don't know how my leg actually feels, and that's the issue number one. I'm having now the second thing, which doesn't make me happy, that yesterday I went to my friends to BBQ and I got minor food poisoning. It's pretty minor, but still, I can feel it. So that's not good either. And the third thing is that I'm on my period, day 1, and it's very uncomfortable. I have no idea how I will be running tomorrow, but I decided to approach this run with curiosity. So if at some point I feel that my leg hurt so much that basically I can end up with a worse injury that I'm having now, I'll have to stop, and so yeah, I just decided to give myself permission to drop out at any point and run when I'm recovered fully. So yeah, I will be monitoring myself closely, and I'm still actually excited about this race because it must be beautiful. I haven't done races for so long. I think for a couple of years now. I just really don't remember when I had last race. So yeah, I'm still feeling excited. Let's see how it goes. It's the next day. I woke up at 4:30. Didn't sleep well. I couldn't fall asleep for a while. I'm feeling very tired, and it took me 30 minutes to get from the hotel to the start. And it's raining and it's cold, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just don't want to do this. Like sitting in the car drinking my tea. So now I'm more scared than excited and even curious. Cheers! Wow. It's miles 31.3. I'm extremely sore and nauseous. So I think I so both those two things doesn't let me run for a long time, but especially the nausea. Like, I think I drank too much water to the point that I became hyponatremic because my fingers extremely swollen. Like, they look like sausages, and I've never seen this before. So yeah, sometimes I run and just repeat as a mantra, fuck your legs, fuck your legs. But no, they let me know that they hurt. Oh my gosh, so painful. I'm in the car, getting back home, and I have a medal for my run, and it ended up being more than 50k. So in total I ran 35 miles. I was torturing myself almost 8 hours over there, and like, my body condition was not good, and I knew this. Okay, so but I decided to be open-minded and just try to run with my leg injury and see how it goes. And actually it did well injury-wise, because I didn't feel much pain in this particular place. I was so overwhelmed with pain everywhere, so I didn't focus on the pain of the injury itself. That was good. What was bad, that even with all the physiological stuff that I was dealing with, like 2 sleepless nights, food poisoning, I still was very negatively surprised by the first few miles. So there was no one mile that felt strong to me. So I felt miserable on the run, so even like the first few miles I was running with very slow pace, just to see how my leg was going and was doing. And it was hard, so yeah, I didn't expect it from myself. There were moments when I felt strong and nice, but not in the beginning, and they never lasted even a mile, so it would be just half a mile, maybe the most. But still, there were a couple of such moments. It's so windy that I have to make an effort to go straight. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I didn't have proper breakfast. I had a bunch of sugary stuff, so I ended up eating so much sugar that my last 5 miles I felt nauseous, just so nauseous, and from all this like sweetness. And I also got so bloated that I had to take 2 of my rings from the finger because it hurt. So they look like sausages. It's very uncomfortable even to bend them, and I've never had something like this before. But yeah, let's see. The run was extremely beautiful. There were 3 mini loops, which for 50k you had to go twice. So on the last loop we went all the way down to the lake, and it was gorgeous. The nature was amazing, and I think that made this run so good for me. I mean, if I ran 35 miles on the roads, I would have felt miserable, because you just run. You don't have anything else except your performance, right? And my performance today was not great, so it was terrible, right? But because I was in the nature and I could hear all the rocks sliding under my shoe, I could see the birds, could hear them. It was so good, I felt being a part of the universe, and it's such a nice feeling. Also, even when my body hurt so much, everything hurt terribly, so I could at some point barely walk, I still was thankful that I still can move, freely in the wild, and it's a very powerful feeling, to have. So sometimes I forget about it, and today this run was a very nice reminder. And also another thing, the community of trail runners, this is the best, those people, they're so friendly, they're so helpful, they're so curious. The people who love nature, people who, take care of the just, I don't know, it feels amazing being a part of this. So hopefully I can participate in more ultra trail runs, but I need to prepare my body. I think my mind was actually ready, but my body was not. I think actually one interesting thing that happened to me, I think because I meditate a lot, I can very effectively trace all my thoughts, like in emotions. I can see when they're rising, and that was curious. Like I was in pain, and probably my mind wanted to stop me. So it started like creating all the stuff. Oh, you're already so slow. Like why would you put shame on yourself? With this like trail run, it's just bad, and it's bad performance. So like my mind tried to drag Igor into it, but I was not responsive. I didn't care about my performance because, as I already told you, I had an injury, I had terrible week, so that's okay. I just was glad I was able to run at all. And last thing that my mind created, started telling me, oh, your husband takes care of your son and his day off. He's so busy, he's so tired, and you are here just running, and you even can't run, so it will take you longer than you promised. You should go now and take care of your son, and this actually, it sounds like ridiculous and stupid, but this reason, right, felt so real. I almost started like crying and explained myself, no, if you consider those two situations. So the first one, okay, I drove out and go home earlier, I would be so disappointed, and my son and my husband, they would not feel happy when I would be in such condition. And if I push myself and finish the race even slower, much slower than I expected, I told you so. The last 2 miles I just walked, almost didn't run. I didn't have any strength and like willpower. Actually, I had willpower. I tried to push my legs, but my legs said, "Fuck off. We are not going to run." So yeah, and the second situation, if I just come home later, but with this feeling that I accomplished something that I was thinking about for a while, that would bring more happiness to our family. So yeah, but it's very interesting journey, you know, it's definitely an inner journey. And I remember one friend of mine, we're not friends anymore, by the way. So she told me, you run only to impress other people, and that were the times when I used to run a lot. And I was like thinking, whoa, like you could never finish a marathon or, or be a consistent runner only if your goal is to impress other people. That just doesn't work this way. No, you just, you know, it's a journey towards yourself. That's it. And it was a beautiful journey. I could see how I grew up as a person, because, you know, like lately I've been upset about like getting fatter, right, gaining weight. And there were like other things that I was upset about, but still when I was running, I didn't blame myself like for being fat, or like just I didn't see any point of doing this. And I can attribute it probably only to meditation, but who knows like what is the actual reason. But it's so much better to be like this, because yeah, even with the injury, actually, yeah, I'll be completely honest with you, I had this, you know, tiny thought, what if something just clicks and I can run faster, right? I was hoping that that will happen, but it never did, and that's okay. So just need to prepare my body more, and my mind is in already pretty good condition, I think, but it can be better. Yeah. So if you have any ideas to run an ultra, or maybe not an ultra, maybe just, you know, 5K if you never run before, maybe it just, you know, give it a try. Yeah. But don't hate yourself if something doesn't go as you planned or hoped or wished for.